MrBeast is genuinely one of the most evil people alive today. I mean that. So MrBeast is getting a bunch of hate.
Clean water aims to help 200 million people, which is amazing, but far off what is required. According to the United Nations, over 2.2 billion people are unable to access clean water.
MrBeast is getting attacked for Team Water that is trying to raise $40 million.
Countries in Africa to provide clean drinking water to 500,000 people. Good thing, right? No, he just did it for the click.
Million people all around the world clean water.
MrBeast just got exposed over his Team Water charity campaign. Yes, you heard that right. MrBeast is now being accused of running a fake charity, with critics calling Team Water nothing more than a scam and a giant PR move. Some argue that even if he donated all that money, it wouldn't actually change lives in Africa or anywhere else. Why? Because they say it's not a permanent solution. Instead, they claim MrBeast is just throwing around cash without creating long-term impact. One harsh take even said, all this does is bring thousands of children into the world who will eventually starve. Why don't these millionaires ever invest in their own communities instead? Because of all this, Jimmy is facing one of the biggest controversies of his career. Fans are turning on him, critics are tearing him apart, and if this keeps escalating, it could become the biggest downfall of 2025, risking his audience, his reputation, and his fortune. So, is this really a scam or just a twisted narrative? Let's break it down. MrBeast recently launched his latest massive campaign, a $40 million project called Team Water. And the internet is completely divided. Some people are calling it the most generous act of charity ever on YouTube. Others are questioning everything, the transparency, the true intentions, and whether it's really about helping people at all. Here's what happened. On August 1st, 2025, MrBeast teamed up with Mark Robber to launch Team Water. Their goal was to raise $40 million by the end of August to provide clean water access worldwide. Sounds incredible, right? But the backlash began almost immediately. Critics say this is one of the biggest debates YouTube charity has ever sparked. For example, one creator argued that MrBeast's projects don't actually fix the problem. They just temporarily patch it. Now, to be fair, nobody is saying Jimmy shouldn't be acknowledged for trying. But the real question is, does it actually move the needle? According to the United Nations, 2.2 billion people across the globe still lack clean water. And when you put $40 million next to that number, it suddenly feels like a drop in the ocean. The campaign promises that every $1 donation provides a person with clean water for a year. Plus, they say they're training local communities to maintain the systems so they'll last decades. But here's the problem. Team Water's target is 200 million people. Impressive, yes, but nowhere near the billions who still suffer. So, while donating is great and encouraged, critics say this can't end with YouTubers. Real long-term solutions require governments and world leaders stepping up. That's why people are conflicted. On one hand, if MrBeast says, we gave millions of people water, it sounds amazing. On the other hand, billions are still left behind. And that's the tough question nobody seems to be answering. Even creators like Asmongold have voiced concern, saying people are split, some praising Jimmy, others doubting him. And when doubt spreads online, a downfall can happen fast. In fact, one extreme critic even said, MrBeast is one of the most evil people alive today. But when pressed for specifics, most of these hot takes don't provide clear reasoning, just dramatic claims. Still, others point out that Africa has received trillions in aid before, and very little has changed. So they argue this is proof that temporary donations simply don't work. Now, you could say, isn't this the job of governments? And you'd be right. But history shows us that waiting for leaders to fix this problem hasn't worked for decades. That's why some people insist we need a system of donations that creates lasting solutions, not flashy publicity stunts. And this is where critics start digging up MrBeast's past controversies. Some claim his 2023 project of building 100 wells in Africa failed after a year because of poor maintenance. That claim is disputed, but it still fuels skepticism. His fans, on the other hand, defend him by saying no one else is doing anything close to this scale. And they're right, but critics keep asking whether these efforts are true solutions or just short-term fixes. And the division keeps growing. So the big question is Is Team Water the future of online charity? Or is it another system with big flaws, one that looks good on camera but doesn't really solve the issue? No matter what you believe, one thing's undeniable: the campaign has raised millions already. But in today's digital age, even the most well-meaning projects can turn into controversy overnight. And this controversy doesn't end there. People are now pointing fingers at other creators like Kai Cenat, accusing him of refusing to donate a cent. Even though streamers like Aiden Ross, XQC, and Logan Paul donated huge amounts, Kai ignored every call to contribute. Fans are calling it hypocritical, saying Kai built his entire career off donations from viewers. But when it's time to give back, he suddenly has nothing to offer. And then there's MrBeast's own history of questionable business moves. Remember his Lunchly Kids food kits? They were advertised as healthy, but later exposed for containing extremely high sodium levels. So critics ask, if he didn't prioritize quality and safety in his business, how can we trust that his charity work is truly about helping people and not just content creation? To make things worse, Jimmy has also partnered with Logan Paul, a creator infamous for scams like CryptoZoo and the Prime Hydration controversies. And that partnership raises even more suspicion about his judgment and motives. At the end of the day, the picture people are painting is that MrBeast might just be the internet's ultimate showman. From curing blindness to giving away cars, his videos are emotional and inspiring. But critics believe they're mostly publicity stunts designed to grow his empire. If that's true, and if this backlash keeps growing, MrBeast could eventually go from one of the most loved creators online to one of the most hated. So now it's up to you. What do you think? Is Team Water a genuine attempt to help the world? Or just another flashy PR stunt to boost MrBeast's brand? Let me know your thoughts.